Hi, I'm Jim Becker, licensed partner and broker with Engel Volker's Malvern-Main line, and this is my good friend Joe Kiefer with Loan Depot.
Hey everybody.
How are you doing today, Joe?
I'm doing great, Jim.
That's
Thanks
good
for
to
having
hear.
me.
We're here today to talk a little bit about mortgages, the interest rate climate, the buying climate out there, and what our predictions are going to be for the next year, 2022, as we move forward in this ever-changing market. So the first thing a home buyer should do when they're purchasing a home is start thinking about the pre-approval process. Without a pre-approval, without your ducks in line, and being prepared to make that offer, there's no greater disappointment than either being passed up or having to pass up your dream home because you're not ready. Being ready is 100% the pre-homework that you need to get done to purchase properties.
Absolutely, Jim. Couldn't have said it better myself on the importance of it. It's not that difficult of a process. Usually lenders just need to get an understanding of your past 2-year employment and income history. We need to understand the assets that you have, either bank accounts, investment, or retirement, the source of funds that you're going to be using to pay for your down payment and closing costs.
In case there's a gift from mom and dad.
If there's a gift coming from family, that we can also document that as well. And then we're also going to run a credit report, see where your credit scores are, see what your monthly payment obligations are. And that's all going to play in, along with the home that you're buying, the price and the taxes on that home. That's all going to play in to the maximum purchase price that you can qualify for.
Hey Joe, when you're getting pre-approved, another big thing when you go back to that credit report is that there could be some surprises on there that you didn't know about. And it takes time to clean that up.
Absolutely.
So that could delay the process, delay your start looking for a house for 3, 6, 9 months until that gets cleaned up. You don't know if somebody stole your identity. You don't know if there's grandpa's hospital bill that grandmom decided not to pay sitting on your credit report that needs to be rectified and needs to be cleaned up.
Exactly. You never know. There's instances where there's a creditor out there that reported a late payment on you from years ago that you didn't even know about, or there could be a creditor that submitted a collection against you that never got mailed to you or got lost in the mail, and that could be drastically hurting your credit score. So if things like that do come up, there are ways that they can be addressed and corrected to get your credit score back to where it needs to be to apply for a loan. And as Jim said, the sooner you find out about those issues, the better for your long-term home purchase journey.
Yeah, there's no reason you want to be playing Monday morning quarterback on credit problems. Joe, can you talk a little bit about the debt-to-income ratio? That's a term that we hear all the time, and I think buyers don't realize the significance and importance of it. Besides the credit report and your income, your debt-to-income ratio is incredibly powerful in determining how much you can afford and what your monthly payment should be.
Yeah, absolutely. Debt to income, or DTI as we call it in the mortgage world, is a critical piece of the pre-approval process. When we say debt to income, it's basically your debt divided by your income. And when we say debt, we're talking about any monthly payment obligations that you have that are going to show up on your credit report. That could be credit card payments, auto loans or auto leases, student loans, or any installment loan debt that you have.
Credit cards.
Also, in addition,
Layaway
shows up sometimes. Also, if you currently own any real estate, if you own your primary home or if you have a second home and there's a mortgage on that, that is debt, as well as the taxes and insurance on that home are going to be included in the debt part of your debt to income ratio. The other piece, of course, is the income piece. We're going to look at what your monthly income is. It can either be based on an annual salary that you have. If you're paid bonuses or commissions, we're going to look at a 2-year history and usually average that over 24 months. If you're self-employed, we're going to look at the past 1 or 2 years of your tax returns. See what
you need fingerprints and a hair sample and stuff like that. If you're self-employed, you trust me, it's a lot of fun.
It's not that bad, but we can ask you for a lot of info sometimes. We just want to make sure that your debt to income ratio, for a conforming non-jumbo loan, usually that ratio has to be 50% or below. And for a jumbo loan, about 43% or below is the norm. It really kind of plays back to the debt to income ratio. I mean, if we just want to use the conventional conforming loan scenario, your monthly expenses, including the mortgage payment on the house that you're going to buy, has to be 50% or below what your monthly income is. If you're starting to approach that 50% debt to income ratio, then you're getting to the point where you might be potentially overextending yourself on what you can afford monthly for a housing payment. You know what helps a lender do a quick mortgage commitment?
Having somebody that's cooperative?
Having a pre-approval.
Bingo!
That way we know what we're up against, we know what we're going to need from that buyer before closing. We can communicate that to them and make sure that they're going to be able to get us everything in time. Having a pre-approval ahead of time greatly helps us set that roadmap ahead of time. Correct.
And so the importance of pre-approval, right there. You get your commitment very quickly. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable how everything ties together.
This is your friendly neighborhood hangout place. I mean, the doors are always open. If it's nice out, the doors are actually swung open. It's a really inviting environment. Friendly faces to greet you. You know, open environment. You know, you can shout across the room and reach anyone for anything that you need. I know Jim loves being a part of this community, as do I. It's a really warm place to work and help people.
We'd like you to remember that we are always here for you through this complex process of getting mortgage pre-approval and buying. We're here for any kind of questions that you have. So please feel free to DM us, text us, email us, or just stop in. Our doors are always open. We would love to see you. Come on in, Joe's office. He's got a chair waiting for you to sit down and ask him all of your burning questions.
Come on by.